Phantom, how's it going? Today I'm going to be reviewing Jamie McKelvie's and Kieron Gillen's Young Avengers. The Young Avengers is a fun series. I absolutely really enjoyed this. I think you will too. Really, the main draw for me on this, though, is the art. Jamie McKelvie, who is Kieron Gillen's longtime collaborator on things such as Rumble, most recently they have been doing a series called Wicked and Divine, kills it on art in this. I mean, just fantastic stuff. It's beautifully drawn. He does a great job. So, let's get into this omnibus. Young Avengers. Young Avengers tells the story of basically what happens when Wiccan, who is the boyfriend of Hulkling, decides that he is going to bring in Hulkling's mom, who has died a long time ago in issues past, back from the dead. And how he does this is that he's a very skilled interdimensional traveler. So he decides to search dimensions and he's looking. He's like, I'm going to be able to find his mom. I got to be able to find his mom somewhere. And he finds her and he pulls her out from a dimension and he brings her back to life. Problem is, because he does this, he then brings back, instead of his mom, a parasite. A parasite who feeds on the souls of kids. Yeah, it's that bad. And because of the fact that he brings back this parasite, he is not able to be around his parents. Because if he does, the parents start attacking him. And all the parents of these other kids come in and they start attacking him as well. Great premise. It features a lot of characters in this. You've got Prodigy, Kate Bishop, Novar, Hulkling, Wiccan, Kid Loki, Miss America, who I actually had some problems with Miss America, but I'll get into that later. And basically how they deal with this threat, because all their parents are now hunting for them. All their parents are going after them every time they get close to them, so they have to travel around interdimensions and travel around space, trying to find a way to cure this spell, because they've got a spell placed on them. Great premise. It's a 15-issue series. You'll be able to pick this up, read it. You don't really need that much prior knowledge. Beforehand, you could get this. It's really solid and fun read. Now, I have some problems with this. The first problem I have with this is Miss America. She keeps saying Chico. I'm like, really? Come on, man. Chico, I mean, it's kind of a stereotypical word. Maybe it's because I'm Spanish. I'm like, I really don't know that many people that say the word Chico, but it's kind of her catchphrase throughout this series, and I'm like, no, that didn't work with me. Also, the problem is with this that it is kind of difficult for writers to kind of get the essence of what it's like to be a teenager or a kid in this day and age. And I think for the most part he nails it, but there were a few instances where I'm like, that was a bit forced, that was a bit rough. Overall, I do think that it is a solid read. It's 15 issues, great premise, and this is the omnibus, right there. Fun fact, all the characters in this series are either gay, bi, or trans, with the exception of Kate Bishop. There it is without the slipcase. This is the Brian Lee O'Malley variant cover. There's the back of it. I like that. It's pretty cool. Also, I think you will get a lot more out of this if you read Kieron Gillen's run of Journey into Mystery. You can go into this without knowing it, but it does feature Kid Loki, and he was transformed into a kid in that run, so this is kind of a natural extension of that. I think if you read that first, it's a pretty good read. Overall, my biggest issue with this, however, is the fact that it's called an omnibus. Really, Marvel? 16 issues? Kind of not even considered an omnibus at this point. I mean, it does contain the full run, and I know, omnibus derives from the word meaning complete and all that, yada, yada, yada. But 16 issues, especially with Image, who's putting out fantastic series like Lazarus, and they're putting out, 10, 12 issues inside their hardcovers, it is a bit shifting it. I would actually consider this more of an oversized hardcover. There's really no special features in this except for a few variant covers in the back. Outside of that, not much. There is a set playlist. There's an afterword by the writers and things like that. There's some variants, so you can see that. I think the biggest draw of this, to be honest with you, this series, is that it really captures the essence of being a teenager and what it's like to be young in that awkward phase and dealing with relationships and dealing with the world and not knowing who you are. I think it captures that perfectly, and I do think it is a fun read. Just my biggest issue is with the term omnibus on this and some of the other things that I pointed out. With that said, I would love to hear back from you if you have read this series or what you think about it. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Bye.